The Sharks looking to climb out of that precarious 7th position on the log. The Stormers looking to maintain their position in second. They're 5 points ahead of Glasgow and Ulster. AJ Jacobs is the referee. Clayton Blommetjies with the early take, and with me in commentary for this one, former Springbok fly half Joel Stransky.
Yeah, thanks very much, Matt. And what a game it is in store for us this afternoon. Both these teams a little bit weakened. Log positions, I'd guess, are the most important factor. The Stormers up there in second, playing to cement that position and hopefully a home semi-final. The Sharks fighting to get into the knockout stages, 7th and under big pressure.
And an early clearance from Paul de Vet, who was included in the Stormers starting lineup in place of Herschel Yankees, who's on the bench. There's been plenty of rotation throughout this campaign from head coach John Dobson.
A couple of changes in that Sharks front row as well. Fez and Batu, one of them under a bit of pressure here at the first line out.
And towards the tail for Gerbrand Krobler, and the Sharks captain on the day, Kerwin Bosch, goes high with the boot. And Clayton Blommetjies does fabulously well under that high ball. It was drifting away from him.
It's a great take. It's an absolutely great take. Under pressure, the kick was high and hanging. Good pressure from the Sharks. And as you said, just drifting a little bit away from him. It's a real skill set to catch it going over your shoulder like that. Under pressure and make the mark. Super catch.
And the free kick not finding touch. Bosch was back.
Stay.
And Bosch has gone to the boot once again. There's an advantage being shown by referee Jacobs. It's a penalty advantage. And Paul de Vet.
Just want to give you the mark.
Taking it quickly, but from the wrong mark.
All inside the 10. Especially 5.
Well, a few players inside that 10-meter radius after the kick from Bosch, and Gerbrand Krobler pointed out by the referee as being
penalty or where they kicked us a scrum.
The primary offender.
What do you want? Just a scrum. No.
I think Manny Lubbock thought he could get closer to the touchline there for his kick, but it would have been a scrum from where the kick was made, or penalty where it landed. And that's a decent kick to the touchline. Interesting to see Paul de Vet looking to tap and go quickly from the penalty as we see the up and under. Yeah, those players not retreating. That's the issue for the Sharks pack of forwards. Apalele Fassi putting them on side, but they're not allowed to be within the 10. They've got to go out and come back. Didn't do it.
Stay on the mark.
4 test Springbok, Joseph Dweba. To feed the Stormers first line out. Went to Ruben van Heerden, and Davids almost through.
Yeah.
So close, wasn't it? Great little set move. Almost a dummy maul. Ensures that there's 16 players in one little portion of the field there. Out to the back comes Mbata.
We've got 8 offside.
The ball, just that space he needed to fill on the inside. He just got there and made the tackle on Davids. Well fooled by the Sharks defence. Kerwin Bosch's tackle, not the best of his career, but Mbata covered nicely.
And in the meantime, Sikumbuzo Noche, who was included as the starting number 8 ahead of last week's captain, Pepsi Buthelezi, has been called for being offside at the line-out, breaking that 10-meter line, and also Emil van Heerden penalised for jumping across the line. So in quick succession, 2 penalty kicks present this line-out opportunity just 6 meters out for the Stormers.
And Dobbo will have had his heart in his throat there. Sasha Mbongazulu was receiving a bit of attention. He's had enough issues at number 12, hasn't he? He needs Sasha to be there the whole game today.
Ernst van Rijn, the target this time for Joseph Dweba. Not going entirely according to plan. Lubbock handing it on for Sasha Feinberg Ngomezulu. As well reset from Ben Jason Dixon, who's been deployed regularly in the second row for the Stormers this season, but starting at 7 this afternoon. Little dink over the top from Lubbock and Fassi.
And that is one of the reasons why Neil Powell has picked Apalele Fassi on the wing. Under the high ball, he has improved enormously. He's been injured, he's back now. Not included at fullback, on the wing it is, and starting really well. Great little gather under enormous pressure. He's quite tall, certainly taller than his opposite number, and got up well. Makes the turn, makes the catch, calls the mark. Well played.
Let's go. Stay on the mark, stay there.
Well, they've been absolutely gifted the front ball. No intent from the Sharks to contest that whatsoever. It was the only place that Dwever could go in the end. And they've done some excellent defensive duty in the midfield there, the Sharks, forcing the mistake and forcing it behind the gain line as well. Grant Williams, back for Bosch. Lebok. Blommetjies away to his left, thought about the pass, then the hoist for Blommetjies to chase. And Chamberlain did really well.
Stay up.
Bosch looking to skid it across the turf, controlled off the boot of Siabelo Senatla. Former 7 Springboks across the park here today, Senatla being one and Ruanel another. Werner Koch for the Sharks. Angelo Davids, another who represented South Africa at Sevens.
It's a really good start from the Sharks, isn't it? Defensively, they've come up, they've taken the space, they've stayed connected in defence, they've closed all the little spaces. There's been nowhere for those dangerous Stormers runners to go. But the Stormers runners a little lateral there, so Senatla meandered across and then flipped a chicken wing pass into a player who was in a worse position. It's not the Stormers attack we're accustomed to.
And interesting that Kerwin Bosch goes over to referee Jacobs and points at the post. A win above all else for the Sharks.
It's the way they play though, isn't it? Their big weapons are Rowan Janssen van Rensburg at 12 and the boot of Kerwin Bosch. As we see penalty.
Dion Fourie looks like the man penalised was sealing off. He wasn't allowing access over the tackle, off his feet. So Kerwin Bosch with his first opportunity at goal. 71 points in this season's campaign. Spent much of the first part of this Vodacom URC campaign sidelined by injury. This is just his 8th match. But having racked up 71 points in the previous 7. Going to have to get a move on. And Bosch turned immediately, splitting the uprights to put the Sharks in front in Cape Town.
Should have been stopped. We've seen other players stopped on the clock. So most importantly, AJ Jacobs, the referee, was happy with the time of Kerwin Bosch. So the 3 stands. Sharks are off to a good start. I'll take great heart from the way they've started, will the Sharks.
Plenty of time for the Stormers to chase that restart. The Sharks dealing with it pretty well in the end. It was Vincent Chituka who went to ground. Williams. Blommetjies stepped away from a quickly advancing Werner Koch. And Senatla was positioned, but that was palpably forward.
It's a poor mistake, that, isn't it? It's not the start we're accustomed to seeing from the Stormers side. This is way forward. He's standing in front. The pass is forward. As much as Siabelo Senatla tries to come back a little bit to make it look less forward, it is forward nonetheless. we're accustomed to seeing them so solid and so error-free, particularly in the early stages of a game, the Stormers. It's just not what we're used to seeing, and maybe it's because the Sharks have taken their space and just put them under a little bit more physical pressure.
First scrum of the game, and a couple of changes in both front rows from their last encounters. Ali for Mark at loose head for Brock Harris, and Joe Dweba for Skaran Tubeni for the Stormers. Dian Blurler getting a start ahead of Ntutuko Mkunu, who's on the bench, and Bezo Kuchle Mbata for Dan Uester. Kieran van Vieren, the replacement hooker for the Sharks. Rotation from Neil Powell as well. Huge effort from the Stormers, 8. And some anxious times for Notcher and Williams at the base as well. Sanatla, dangerous with a broken defensive line in front of him. De Wet, Lebok, Nell, very tight to right-hand touch. Taking the contact, his best option, Tiernison. Lebok, Feinberg, Ngomezulu and Blommetjies. There's been a couple of mishaps down that left flank. It's a wry smile now.
Yeah, Siabela Sanatla just stepped inside. He thought the space was taken a little lateral, but nicely round the corner was Ngomezulu. And he just comes inside, 2 defenders shifting onto the 2 players in the pass into space. Just a lack of immediate understanding there. These 2 have played together so much, that understanding is there. Just gone missing for a second.
Good contest.
Emil van Heerden.
That's accidental. The ball was lost backwards. You picked it up. It's accidental. It's come.
Let's go, boys.
Be a scrum.
Good contest.
To the DHL Stormers. Fair contest, says the referee at the front. Emil van Heerden getting his opportunity due to a wonderful performance off the bench last week.
Let's go. There's your map.
Spoke to Neil Powell before the game. He said he was hoping that Emil van Heerden would bring a little more grunt to this Sharks pack of forwards. Big and powerful, added a real dynamic element last week when he came off the bench. The last scrum, the Stormers had the Sharks under a world of pain and a world of pressure. And the Sharks do the same on a defensive effort.
Neetling Fouchier on the tight head side, another who's recently extended his contract with the DHL Stormers, following shortly in the footsteps of Frans Malherbe, who's still spending some time out with Springbok preparation.
Straight into the tunnel. Well done.
So that's Henry Jacobs who was penalised. It did look on the near side that Neetling Fouchier was under a little bit of pressure.
See the turf cutting up there a bit at scrum time. There's an announcement during the week that during the off-season this surface will be relayed.
Neetling Fouchier, you can see his right leg dead straight trying to extend there. He's under a bit of pressure. On the other side though, it's the Sharks tight head forward, Henry Jacobs, who's just collapsed in. Good kick to the corner. Very little angle to work with there. Mani Lebok, he's made a good touch.
Got a mark in front.
Henry Jacobs getting a second consecutive start. He was a late replacement for Carl Usadi against Ulster last week and retained in the starting lineup. Dweba finding Ruben van Heerden, himself a former Shark, and the Stormers through Dion Fourie. Then Tiernison, De Wet goes burrowing. Dweba left it behind. Lebok
play on
with plenty of traffic in front of him. The captain trying to restore a bit of momentum to the movement.
Advantage.
Penalty advantage going the way of the Stormers after.
One offside.
And beautiful offload from Blommetjies for Saka. Feinberg and Ngomezulu, who's in for his 3rd try in URC Rugby. He made his debut in the quarter-final against Edinburgh last year in the 5th minute of the game off the bench in the number 12 position with an injury to Ricus Pretorius, and he's been a regular in the Stormers lineup this year, and now over for his 3rd try.
Well, it was almost a little bit panicky at the back here as that first ball came out, and then tidied up by Fourie. Some good line running from the Stormers back line, and a great little offload in the tackle there. Clayton Blommetjies, the angle was good, the offload perfect, behind the back of the Sharks defender, no answer. Dion Fourie ran just such a good tidy up angle there. Mani Lebok had the ball in hand and looked almost like a rabbit in the headlights as he offloaded to his captain, who tidied up nicely.
Top point scorer in the Vodacom URC last year, Mani Lebok, and topping the table this year as well on 134. And that's pushed away to the right.
Well, it's a great line, and as that Sharks defence comes in behind there, Kerwin Bosch beaten by the pass behind him, and the young Ngomazulu can celebrate nicely.
South Africa's under-20 captain last year and SA under-20 player of the year as well. He was nominated for South African Young Player of the Year, which eventually went the way of Kane Moody, who made a Springbok debut. Fussy, beautifully out of the air. He had Notche in support, who slightly lost his way, but Stormers
You have to stay on your feet.
losing their feet. Angelo Davids was past the ruck off his feet, so too Ruben van Heerden.
Mapalele Fussy, he hasn't had too much chance to run, and we love watching him run. He's such a silky, smooth runner with ball in hand, but he's been asked to catch a couple of up and unders under enormous pressure. He's done well every single time, and this is another one. Got a little bit of a support there from Notche. Stormers go over the top onto the floor, which is why it's a penalty against them, but it's brilliantly taken, superbly taken.
The referee could have taken his pick there. Any one of 3 who left their feet. Wonderful steal from Van Ryn, away by De Wet. And Fynbos Ngomazulu with the clearance. A regular at fly half, such a useful player to have in the midfield. You think of Damian Willems's role there as well.
Yeah, Mani Lebok again got the ball under a bit of pressure, just shipped it, and kind of thinking that Sasha Ngomazulu did the right thing. The kick was the right option. There was nothing on out wide, but just not his best.
Mbata found Van Heerden. Sharks into their midfield. Haven't really been able to bring Rowan Janse van Rensburg into the game as yet. That's a penalty straight out in front for the Sharks. A tackle without the ball.
A call coming from our TMO today, Marius Jonker. 3 blue is the guilty party, Netling for shave. And no surprise, Kerwin Bosch will have a little shot. Smack bang in front of her, 25 metres out. There's the tackle. Good tackle from Joseph Dweba. The penalty given away by then already.
It was Foucher on Mbata. Led to the penalty. 2nd consecutive early kickoff for the Cell C Sharks. Played at home against Ulster at 2 o'clock in Durban last weekend. It was a lot more humid than it is now here in Cape Town.
It was boiling. Absolutely swelteringly hot last weekend in Natal.
And as expected, no problem for the Sharks captain. 2nd successful penalty for Kerwin Bosch, who takes his tally to 77 for the season. First quarter of the game has flown on by. A couple of penalties to Kerwin Bosch, to a try by Sasha Fynbos Ngomazulu. deeper this time from Mani Libok. Vincent Chituka made his return from injury against the Emirates Lions a couple of weeks back.
Use 9.
Got the opportunity to go face-to-face with his brother Emmanuel in that game up at Emirates Airline Park in Johannesburg, and then back into the starting lineup last week. That hoist from Williams not going as far as he intended. Here is Jason Dixon.
Oh, it's a gift.
Yeah, almost farcical.
An absolute gift. No offside line, general play. And Jason Dixon just read it like an old comic book. As soon as the pass came up, he went. Had to climb quite high actually to get it. And at the easiest of the easy runnings. It's not a good kick. That's the problem to start with. Grant Williams has not found enough distance on it. It's tapped back into space, and then comes the almost wild pass, and Dixon read it so well. Strolling. Again, it's a little panicky in terms of the pass from Henko Venter. Trying to get it to one of his kickers. Couldn't get there. Dixon was in the way, and the Stormers get an absolute freebie.
His first try in URC rugby. Then Jason Dixon into the starting lineup on the side of the scrum in the place of Billy Engelbrecht, who is on the bench, and Mani Libok finds his mojo again.
Well, it just shows you how important the kicking game is. This has come from a bad kick and a little bit of a wild pass, but Dixon read it well. As I said, no offside line. He's entitled to stand wherever he wants and gets the gift. Merry Christmas. Happy Easter.
Another short restart from Kerwin Bosch. Lost forward by Clayton Blommetjies. Scrum advantage for the Sharks.
We've got injury here and a good contest. Going back, lost forward.
Joel, it's been one of the rare criticisms levelled at Grant Williams, hasn't it? He's done so well. He's got an international cap behind him now, but plenty of competition for scrum half places at international level, but the kicking game this season has been his downfall.
There's no doubt he's a running scrum half, isn't he? He's so quick. He's got tremendous pace. The Sharks have used him on the wing once or twice when they've gone with a 6-2 bench. He keeps defenders interested around the ruck, the fringes. He's a real handful with that lightning pace. But if there is one criticism, every now and then he kicks a wayward one. That wasn't by all means a wayward one. It was just maybe 15 meters too short. It was not his best, not a good one. But it's a part of his game he can improve on, certainly. And you're right, there's so much competition at scrum half, and he's got a skill set that is quite different to all the other scrum halves, all who are really accomplished box kickers. He brings a running game they don't have, and he can work on that kicking game, become complete. He'll be a real handful.
Sharks turn to get a scrum penalty, and Williams just showing that attacking intent with the quick tap and go. And Dion Fourie has latched on.
The tackler is in the way. Tackler. Good contest.
And AJ Jacob saying the contest was fair over the ball, but the tackler hadn't rolled away. Dion Fourie, I think, indicating that he might have taken a headshot as he went in to make the steal.
So that lead is now 6 points. The Sharks all of a sudden not kicking for goal anymore.
You definitely know what's going on.
Kicking through the corner. There's the good tackle. He's not rolling away. Dion Fourier's just lurking there.
Line is yours.
Ooh.
There's not too much wrong with the tackle. I'm not sure what the penalty was for, but there's certainly a shoulder charge in there.
Time off.
Not showing.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a shoulder and it's no arms, and I like the way the officials have sorted this out. Maurice Jonker's just gone.
On this penalty you had for it,
no arms,
Stormers
shoulder
tackler
charge.
not rolling away. There was foul play with the guy just clearing with the shoulder, so foul play overrules penalty. So it's going to be a penalty against 8 for just on the shoulder. He needs to have, okay.
Nicely handled. So often we see the TMO involved, we see 10 replays and get to the same conclusion.
Just trust the process. That's
and Maurice Jonker's gone. Well, there was a bit of foul play there. No arms, penalty, just get on with the game. Yeah, you'll see Sikambuza Notcha just coming in here. No arms, shoulder charge onto the shoulder of Deon Free was in a really good position.
So difficult to budge a player in that position, and Notch's intent was pure, made contact with the shoulder first, but needed to wrap is the instruction from the officials.
And you're right, the problem is it's so hard to move that player. He's in such a strong body position, especially someone as short as Deon Free, as powerful, low center of gravity. He's like a little rock, you can't move him away.
Van Rijn unopposed at the front of the Stormers line. Libbok goes for the cross kick for Siabelo Sanatla. Werner Kok taking a tumble after a slip. They have a penalty advantage shown to the Stormers. Feinberg and Gomezulu.
No advantage. Where's the mark? Backline offside.
Well, Zwengile Jadizweni has called from the far touchline that the Sharks' backline was offside at that line-out, breaking that 10-metre barrier too early.
Ball to the front again. It's such a difficult ball to play with, not a lot on there, which is why we see the little kick over the top. Cox slips again. He slipped a couple of times today already, but that space filled well. Nowhere for Siabelo Sanatla to go. Number 2 ball, the go-to ball for Joseph Gerber. We know he's had some problems in the line-outs before. It's the safety option, but it's made even easier because the Sharks are contesting in the middle and the back and nothing at the front.
I think Marnie Libbok here originally thought that the penalty had been awarded about 8 metres inside the Sharks half the field. He was very quick to indicate he would go for goal, then perhaps had a second thought or two as AJ Jacobs marched them back to halfway, but he's happy to take it on almost from the centre spot.
It's not exactly a gimme. It's not a one of the easier kicks he'll take on. It's not quite snookered by anything other than distance, but he's going to have to strike this beautifully. At sea level, a kick of 50 metres, it's a big kick.
Gareth Wright there, the kicking coach, himself taking deep breaths. It's almost like he's taking the kick himself, and that dropping just under the crossbar from Marnie Libbok. This is pressure for Fez Mbata. They've carried that back. It'll be a 5-metre scrum, and this is a massive turnaround in momentum, Joel. If you think about the penalty being reversed,
it's the game.
A line out to the Sharks down in Stormers 22.
Yeah, it's the game of rugby now, isn't it? You have to just be so disciplined. A couple of penalties, one penalty, and then you're out of jail. Next penalty, and you know, 50 metres up the field, and then the Sharks. Yeah, just another woeful effort in terms of playing safety options near their goal line. Nice little blindside here for the likes of Marcel Tennyson to try and exploit with Davids on the outside, maybe with Paul de Wet. Plus you've got the whole open side to the left. The attacking runners, Clayton Blommetjies, looking to run good lines and free up the likes of Mngomezulu. Siabelo Sanatla hovering out wide.
Coach! Fine!
Great crowd, isn't it? 30,000 people into this Cape Town Stadium today, DHL Cape Town Stadium. Wonderful.
Penalty awarded. You can almost be assured they'll scrum again.
Well, the front row is standing there. They're not going anywhere. They're going, we'll have another piece of that one.
Let's move. Let's move up. Go. The gap comes from him.
Well, that is one of the main reasons why the Stormers sit where they do on the Vodacom URC log. Their ability to convert when they get down into the opposition 22.
Sorry. Coach. Fine. Set.
Straight down on this near side. You can't help talking at times like this when you're seeing a scrum setting at the back end of this competition, who the Sharks get back, who the Stormers get back. Bongi Manambi, Thomas du Toit, Ebenezer, Sia Kolisi,
Lucanio Am,
So we said we have to control our
Jaden
own weight.
Hendricks.
Bring our feet closer. Let's take it again.
plenty on their way back for the Stormers as well. Stephen Kitsoff and Frans Malherbe, Marvin Orri in the second row. Lost Salman Murat for a longer period of time through injury. Hachiva Daimani on his way back, so plenty for both of these sides to look forward to in the coming weeks.
But I would guess every team in the Vodacom URC has the same issue. Glasgow last week against the Lions were missing 11 players, so it's the same for every team. But for the Sharks, it's some real marquee players, and they can somehow sneak in or maintain a position in the playoffs. The top 8, they will be a threat no matter who they play, no matter where they play. Field cutting up a little bit, making it quite difficult to scrum down there now.
Interestingly, these two teams have the same opponents in the last 2 rounds of pool play. Those two being Benetton, Treviso and Munster.
Let's go. Yes, Marius.
Sharks play Benetton at home and then Munster at home, the last 2 rounds of pool play. Stormers have Munster, then Benetton. And prior to that, Stormers travel to Dublin to face Leinster, and the Sharks are away to the Scarlets.
Both teams playing quite nicely at the moment. The sprawling battle last night between Munster and the Scarlets. Munster winning in a high-scoring match, 59-42, I think it finished. Great scrum, much better. Oh, it's gone down on the far side again.
Massive effort from the Stormers scrum. They win yet another penalty, and they'll have to scrum in a different place if they indeed reset, because that turf is not going to stand up.
No, it's clear dominance. It's not individual play.
Little conference between Dion Fourie and Neertling Fouchier. It's a pretty silly question for a tight head, isn't it? Do you want to have another scrum?
Well, I think he's saying, are you tired yet? Can you go again? And of course they're going, well, if we're tired, the Sharky front row are even more tired than we are. We'll definitely go again. We'll have another piece of that. Just see on the side, it just buckles and goes down, and then there's a little recovery.
There we go. That's it.
On the half-hour mark, 2 tries and a conversion, plays 2 penalties. South Sea Sharks staying in the fight.
Crouch.
So the fact that the scrum has moved about 8 or 10 meters means the blind side is negated here. But it's going to be all about the scrum.
Okay, get it out.
Well, available to Paul de Wet. AJ Jacobs wants this played.
Use 9.
Off the base. Feinberg and Gomezulu is the first receiver. Looping around was Lebok, and Blommetjies siding through for the Stormers' third.
Wow, what a brilliant line. This time a little inside-outside, and he was on the arc before the ball got to him. The ball in the air, he'd beaten his man without the ball already. Beautiful footwork. And Van Kock watched the pass and then realized his man was 4 or 5 meters wider than he anticipated. And that man there, Clayton Blommetjies, ran it in quite easy. That is beautiful backline play. Shifting before the ball, catching it on the arc, getting around his man very easily indeed. I like the fact that AJ Jacobs made them play on, and here comes the first pass. Look at that, he's already 4 meters outside. On the angle, he's gone. No recovery for Cox. Super try for the Stormers fullback. Oh, just superb off the ball running and then onto the pass. Brilliant. Try number 3. Second one was a gift to Dixon. This one they worked quite hard for and thoroughly deserve it. Pressure from the scrum. Great little bit of angled running.
I've heard you use an expression, and many others, that the ball in the air can often be a 16th man. The drift from Blommetjies, well, the ball was in the air, drifting off his man.
Very much so, very much so. And you know, it's the easiest way to beat your man, because you can't help it when you're defending, but you've got half an eye on your opposition number and half an eye on the ball, and as soon as there's more than half an eye on the ball, you get the opportunity to just move your angles, change your angles a little bit. Blommetjies this time changed it on the outward arc as he kicks the conversion, does Moni Lebok. Changed it on the outward arc, not the inside arc that we saw earlier. And it's a great score. Look at this. You just see Van der Kok there. He's watching the ball. Oops, he's gone. He's at 3 or 4 meters wide and he just can't make up that space. Brilliant.
We have to credit the quality of the pass as well. We saw him throw some absolute bullets for the Springboks against Italy in Genoa. That was another one. The distance on the pass and allowing Blommetjies to make that drift.
On the 5.
Offside is the call against Ruben van Heerden, played after the tap forward by a Stormers player at the restart. Played in front of the ball, so immediately the penalty shown, and Kerwin Bosch now figuring he has to go for touch. Needs something before half-time.
Yeah, well, earlier they were kicking to the corner. They were just trailing by 6. Now it's a substantial lead, 13 points.
That's middle.
Knocked forward and then gathered out. You would think that Van Heerden must have thought that it's come off Apalele Fassi to be gathering it in that position.
It came off the head of Angelo Davids in the contest, I think. Mbata. Van Heerden with the take. And down for Notcher, Williams, and Janse van Rensburg. Dion Fourie was trying to wrestle him and hold him up. And they've succeeded in keeping that ball up off the ground.
It's a maul, use it or lose it.
Well, we spoke earlier about the weaponry in the Sharks attack, and we spoke about the fact that Rowan Janse van Rensburg is one of their big weapons. He's big, he's strong, he's powerful, he comes at pace. But look at that, Lebok is low, Ngomazulu is high, and Dion Fourie is pouncing like a panther there, just waiting to see whether he can make the steal on the ground. But realizing also he's got to get in and just help a little bit with the tackle and drive the big man back. I like the way as well, every time there's contact, he's got half an eye on the ref, looking to see what he's allowed to do, where the situation is. Can he contest? Must he hold him up, force the maul, let go, get it to ground, try and make the steal? Very smart play. Wisdom comes with age.
Coach! Bind! Sit!
Another wheel at scrum time, and it's a penalty going the way of the home side again. Getting nothing from the referee, the Sharks, at scrum time.
Yeah, and there's a few forwards there who almost look like they're skating on thin ice, sliding backwards on the pitch that's cutting up a little bit. Better scrum from the Sharks. Maybe a little unfortunate to have been called for wheeling at the Stormers. Props looked like they were skating backwards. Good pressure this time from Dion. You can see the feet slipping on that side as the drive goes around the corner. Well, the Stormers were a bit slow to start this afternoon, weren't they? The first 10 or 12 minutes, just not quite themselves, but once they've clicked into gear, cut out the errors, they've been just brilliant. Last 26 minutes, they've dominated. Well, since the 15th minute.
They're regularly gifting Stormers front ball to Ernst van Ryn.
Ball is available, use!
De Wet's hoist, chased by Angelo Davids, who got up just in front of Apalele Fassi. Lebok puts the kick in for Senatla. And that wicked rugby ball does its thing again.
And both those wingers on the far side slipping a little on that touch line. This time, Senatla losing his feeting as that ball bounces badly. Oh, he's got to go back. Down he goes. Cock slips as well.
Line is yours, Stormers. Give me a moment. Line is yours.
The Stormers have looked at Van der Kok defensively and said he stands a little bit narrow. We can beat him on the pass. We can beat him with a kick over the head. We've seen Blommetjies beat him on the pass. We've seen a couple of attempts to kick it just over his head and get Senatla running onto it.
Bata finding Vincent Chituka. Bosch. Straight down the middle for Sanatla. And Blommetjies. Wonderful work from two members of the back three, there for each other. Plenty of time for Clayton Blommetjies, whose instinct is always not to kick, you suspect.
He likes running. He likes running, doesn't he? And a great runner he is, but it's just so organised there. Sanatla just got there so quickly. The kick was a little bit down the middle and the clearance was just simple and good.
Another good take from Van Heerden under pressure, the front of a Sharks line out. This time it's Blommetjies and David's back. And almost an exact repeat. And there's a pragmatism that's come into the game of Clayton Blommetjies. He's given a lot of license to play what's in front of him, but in situations like we just seen a couple of minutes before half-time, just play the territory.
Yeah, play it, and he's played it well, hasn't he? It's the right decision, it's the right execution. Saying to the Sharks, you can kick it down there all day, we'll just go back to the line-out.
Van Heerden with an awkward tap for Grant Williams. A ball out the back missing Sikumbuza Notcha, and they pile through onto Boeta Chamberlain. It was Marcel Tiernissen who made the tackle, and Kerwin Bosch forced into that kick, and it's just messy from the Sharks.
Yeah. You know, we saw it earlier in the first half, Deon Fourie having to tidy up once or twice when Mani Libbok shipped it to him, and Bosch had no one to ship it to this time, and we know he's not the most physical player around and probably not suited to carrying it up into contact. Went to the boot, off the side of the boot it came. Well, the one thing that we have seen, it's been every single line-out, is that 2 ball is a freebie for Joseph Dweba. Will he go to number 2 again?
That is some record. 17 consecutive matches here at the DHL Stadium in Cape Town. Finally, a line-out has gone wrong, and well read by Gerbrand Krobler, who didn't have to leap. It's a final opportunity here for the Cell C Sharks. Marnus Potgieter has hardly had an opportunity with ball in hand. Now Rowan Janse van Rensburg. Possession has been 60% plus in favour of the home side in the first half. Of Dan du Plessis and Jean-Luc du Plessis onto the bench in that 5-3 split. Herschel Jantjies and Suleiman Hartzenberg, the other 2 backline replacements for the DHL Stormers, who now get the second half underway through Mani Libbok. Successful with a couple of conversions in the first half. Tries from Feinberg Ngomezulu, Clayton Blommetjies and Ben Jason Dixon.
Came off his boot.
Precisely what the Sharks did not need to start this second period of play. Frustration for Grant Williams, early penalty, and Mani Libbok eyes the corner flag.
Well, how often do we talk about receiving kickoff as another set phase that's so important? This time it's from the kickoff at the start of the second half. It's not controlled well by the Sharks. It spits out the back a little bit. He's not looking at the ball there, is Grant Williams. That's his problem. And then he's offside once it comes off the foot of Henko Venter. Oh, bad mistake, amateur mistake. Really dreadful error.
Dweba finds Ruben van Heerden.
Advantage, knock on.
Lost forward by the Stormers. Away by Kerwin Bosch. Fassi gets his pass in.
Advantage over.
Chamberlain. Little dink over the top from Boeta Chamberlain, and Rowan Janse van Rensburg.
Taking advantage.
Almost grabbed it, but lost it forward. Now the counter on for Siabelo Sanatla. Little cross kick from Libbok. Finds Angelo Davids. Looks inside for Blommetjies.
That's a high tackle.
High tackle.
Well, it's brave rugby, isn't it? A couple of dinky little kicks in dangerous areas. Some really brilliant kick passing. And then the seatbelt tackle from Apalele Fassi. Look at this for a little inside ball. Blommetjies hits it at speed, and the tackle just rides up a little seatbelt tackle, not too dangerous.
Let's go.
About a fraction high. Nice little kick pass again from Mani Lebok. Rowan Janssen van Rensburg, if he controlled that one ball, he was gone, wasn't he?
Yours? Line.
You used the word brave. It was brave from the Sharks initially.
Okay.
Giving the ball some width from inside their own in-goal area after the loss forward by the Stormers at the line-out.
Okay.
Number 2 ball again.
Yeah, the Dweber-Van Heerden combination working well again. Just a little pause from Feinberg and Gomezulu. Again, the counter is on from the knock-on. Bosch for Potgieter. Tackle back is from Sinatlo, who's quickly up on his feet to try and make the counter rack.
It's a great steal by Dion Fourie.
How many times has that been said this season? Away by Lebok, Blommetjies. Brilliant work from the fullback yet again. He's had a hand in a try. He's scored one himself, and he's just played the situation beautifully.
Yeah, Apalele Fassi couldn't get back there, limping to try and get back and chase the kick, and he's collapsed off the field.
Yes.
Getting some treatment. Dion Fourie, the ultimate jackal, isn't he? Gets in over that slow centre of gravity, makes the steal, turnover, rips it back quickly. Gives his team almost a free attack ball, a great attacking ball, because the opposition defence is not structured. And we saw as soon as the ball came back into the hands of Blommetjies, there was oodles of space out wide for him to kick into. Overall 90.1. Not a great carrier, decent passer, strong defender, terrible in the line-outs. He's only about 4'7", but boy,
seems to me they're going to
all right play, jackal, stealer, nuisance, extraordinaire.
Do we have a play on?
So there is a change for the Cell-C Sharks. It's Yao Peng in jersey 23, mentioned at half-time. Just the 2 backline players on the bench for the Sharks, and the man to give way is Apalele Fassi, who you spotted really battling to get back for that kick. Just hope that's not another frustration for Apalele Fassi, out with a rib injury last week, and now having done some damage to a leg by the looks of things. Clearance from Bosch. Blommetjies will put it up for Angelo Davids to chase once again. It's Davids against Grant Williams. A little handling error from the Sharks will give the Stormers a scrum.
And again, the kick is a good one, and it makes the contest so difficult. Grant Williams, one of the shorter players on the field, left to try and catch that for the Sharks.
Get it.
He's coming back to Apalele Fassi. He would have been the man who would have been up there trying to contest that kick right now, but he is still sitting on the side of the field. I can only hope it's cramp. You know, he hasn't had much game time. He's relatively warm. Certainly hope it's not an injury that's going to keep him out for another few weeks. So hard when that run of injuries comes. They just seem to keep on coming.
We just have a boot.
No respite from them.
Off.
There's another change. Carlu Sadi is on. It's Henry Jacobs who would have been off.
Second consecutive start for Jacobs, and Carlu Sadi, who missed out against Ulster last weekend, having been named in the starting lineup. He was unwell on the day of the game and a late withdrawal. Sadi looking to bring some stability to this Cell-C Sharks scrum.
Well, that's an interesting stat. I mean, the Sharks, we know they've not been on a bit of a roll, lost it at home last week against Ulster, but they've won away from home the last 2 away trips. But they're going to have to go some to come back from this 19 points to 6 deficit, and not looking at all in terms of any control and finding a way back, as we saw some boot repairs, I think, there to Sikambuza's not just boot. So, Stormer scrum. Now there goes Fassi. He's finally up and getting on the stretcher now. We'll get some help back around to the change room. That's not a good sign. Almost looks like he's got a bit of taping on his shin there already. I wonder if it isn't something to do with the calf, front of the calf.
Coach. Fine. Stand up.
Bit of a dull moment at the moment, isn't there? It's just a couple of changes, a couple of new guys in off the bench. We've seen those changes happen. Nothing's happened. We saw the boot repair, and then a reset scrum. It's just a couple of minutes as we just re-establish contact, I guess, after the half-time break. Field has been an issue, hasn't it? It's slippery, mud getting into everyone's boots. Everyone's found it difficult to keep their footing.
I didn't get to finish what we were saying earlier about this surface being relayed in the off-season. It's coming. It's a hybrid of synthetic and grass that's going to be put down here, very similar to what was at Newlands. And the Sharks doing well to wrest possession back. Went backwards off the hands of Kerwin Bosch, who then made some decent headway himself.
Use 9.
Sardi waiting as a possible ball carrier off the back of this ruck, but it is going to be the boot of Grant Williams deployed. And beautifully claimed by Yao Penkler. Krobler. Penalty Sharks. Tackler not rolling away.
Never
Opportunity here for the visitors to get some early points. Give themselves a mental boost of some sort back into the contest.
Great take from Yao Penkler, wasn't it? Brilliant take. And then a brilliant offload as well. It was Kevin Krobler who was steaming onto it and took the ball well, carried it up nicely, and then the tackle not rolling away. Joseph Dweber, Dion Fourie, the two men involved in the tackle. Dweber making no effort to roll away.
Time off. Time off.
Just a little injury concern for Joseph Dweber. JJ Kotza has been named on DHL Stormers bench, but Dweber back in the defensive line now. Fez Mbata. Emil van Heerden with another take at the front. That Maul moves into the 5-meter tram line, so defensive line allowed up.
That's a great counter Maul, isn't it? It's just something in the South African teams. It goes all the way up to the Springboks, even although we haven't seen the play for a couple of months now. The Maul not as an effective weapon as it used to be for the South African teams, and even now the Sharks being pummeled backwards by the Stormers defensively. And that would be disappointing for Neil Powell and his troops to have kicked it down into a really good attacking position, to have the advantage and then to not be able to capitalize.
Caught a glimpse there of Grant Williams seeming to indicate that they thought there was a side entry, but AJ Jacobs had said quite early that there was a Sharks player that caused the initial collapse. And then the Maul wheeled around to the left.
But if one area is down, there's only one way to go. It's predictable, it's easy to defend against, and the Stormers threw the numbers in the right place. That was most important.
Coach. Fine.
So the Sharks are going to make a couple of changes in a moment, we're hearing. James Fenton will come on, as will Jean-Ray Labuschagne. Might become a little bit looser. It is Enko Fenter that makes way, and there's the penalty again.
More woes for the Sharks in the scrum, more woes for the stadium turf. Looked as though the referee was going to ask Paul de Wet to play that from the base, and then just as he was about to make the call, It was a second surge from the Stormers' 8.
So this is the one thing I absolutely love about Manie Libbok. Kicks well off both feet, the left and the right. This time round, penalties. No angle for the right boot. He's gone to the left foot and kicked a great touch fine as we see the scrum going down again. There goes the arm out and the penalty advantage. So there is the change. James Venter is on. Goes namesake, Henko Venter.
Jandre Labaskachny also on for Gebran Krobler. Notcher with a carry. And Bosch. Janse van Rensburg, beautiful hands from Chamberlain for Werner Kok. Williams. Van Heerden, Bosch just delayed his pass a fraction and lost forward by Dean Bleuler.
Well, there were some real slick hands in there, weren't there? The little pass to Werner Kok on the outside, the hands from Boeta Chamberlain, just sublime, nice and friendly. Popped it out the hands quickly, got the ball away. But Stormers' defence, once again, well organised. And as it came back here, look at this. They needed a second wave behind the big fella, behind Dean Bleuler. Bosch didn't want to carry it up, popped it to Bleuler, who was just got man and ball at the same time.
And a move that contained much promise.
Structure, you know, if that were Leinster, they would have had runners coming around the back again, and that second ball would have been round the corner and it would have been moved away from those 3 or 4 rush defenders. Just not able to move it away from the strong defensive area the Stormers are populating.
Mentioned the upcoming games for both these sides, and worth remembering that the DHL Stormers started this round of the competition 5 points ahead of Glasgow Warriors, but with a game in hand on them, but 5 clear of Ulster on the same number of games. So you'd think that bonus points are going to remain really important in determining log positions ahead of the playoffs.
And form is so important, and Ulster have some good form at the moment. Come to Durban and win in Durban, it's a big win, it's a great win. And this team as well, men in blue, good form, strong bench, just keep the pressure up for full 80 minutes. Just don't give you any opportunity.
A double change looming in the front row for the DHL Stormers. Brock Harris and JJ Kotze standing up off the bench, ready to make their entry.
Let's work hard on presenting a better shape.
Herschel Jantjies also looks ready to make an entry into the game. Norman Laker there, the defence coach, just looking up towards the coach's box and getting some instruction.
Crouch. 5. 6. Stay down. Far side, stay down.
Well, that's against Dean Bleuler. Now, it was his knock-on that led to the scrum, and it's now the penalty at scrum time, which is going to give Libbok the opportunity to put the Stormers back in Sharks territory.
Right, and just when Bleuler thought it was going to be a bit easier, he's going to have some fresh legs against him. Now it's Kotze and Brock Harris, the old man, make their way on. Matt, the one thing you can't help feeling a little sorry for both front rows when the pitch cuts up like this and it's a little bit slippery underfoot. And there's no doubt the Stormers, having played here a whole lot more, will be maybe a little bit more adept at dealing with it. But Sharks pack of forwards are really battled come scrum time.
Ali Vermaak and Joseph Tueva make way in the front row. Van Ryn with the take. First throw from JJ Kotze. Ngomezulu puts Ruanel into the half gap. Away by De Wet. Libbok. Beautiful line from Davids. And Blommetjies back inside for Davids. But Yao Penkler made an important read there. There was a knock-on, so it'll be a scrum to the Stormers, but oh so close.
Oh, should have scored. First mistake, I think, that Clayton Blommetjies has made. Now with a really good carry up the middle. Again, it's a good angle. He just beats the inside shoulder of the defender. Quick ball wide, it goes, beaten on the pass. Look at this, he's got a man on his outside, goes for that little inside flick pass, and Penke drops it. Just looking at that, there must have been a way to finish it off easily. Penke read it well, to be fair. Shift defence coming across, just taking the space away. Blommetjies trying to find a way to finish. Dangerous. Stormers backline dangerous. The good line from Nel, the good go forward. He runs good lines. He's big, strong and powerful. And then, of course, quick ball. Mani Libok drifting on the pass, finding space on the outside. As we see more changes coming to that Sharks pack of forwards. Karen van Vuren is on off those Fez and Butter.
And Herschel Yankees on for the DHL Stormers, replacing Paul de Vet. Scrum half. Siabelo Sanakla in conversation with Mani Libok and Sasha Feinberg and Gomezulu. Three of them very tightly bunched away to the right of the scrum.
Get out.
Tennyson controlling at the base for Yankees. Feinberg and Gomezulu runs hard at the defensive line. Good tackle from Kerwin Bosch. Yankees was centimetres short. Out it comes for Libok, looking for the cross kick. It's an awkward bounce. Now, plenty to adjudicate here. Blommetjies thinks he's scored because he says it went backwards off the hands of Angelo Davids. Let's listen in.
So we're going on-field decision try because it's backwards from Blue. He picks it up.
I've got it backwards on 14, and then 15 picks it up and down.
Okay, and if it's not a try, we're going back for advantage for 12, black being offside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, so on-field decision is tries, which is what we suspected. But how bad was the bounce?
Decision try. If it's not a try, we will go back for penalty advantage against 12, black being offside. So can we just clear first try? Like we said, on-field, it's a try.
Okay, cool.
I think that's backwards, and I think Blommetjies has got the try. Both players gesturing. One saying knock backwards, one saying knock forward. I think that's backwards. It's definitely not forwards. If anything, it's lateral.
There's the signal from Angelo Davids.
Just hold on for me, AJ.
No problem.
Well, he's facing this way and his hands are coming this way. It's got to be backwards, surely. Bear in mind as well, the decision on field is try, so if there's any doubt, it's going to be a try.
Yep.
So we'll get that back on the screen now. Let's hold on. Okay, on the back of the screen.
Maurice, can you repeat that? I didn't.
Right. Okay, so AJ, what I've done first, I've cleared that the winger was onside from the kick from 10, so he was onside.
Yes.
Then the ball is played by a Stormers player. The ball does not go forward off the hand.
Yeah.
It then gets picked up by 15 blue, and he grounds the ball.
Agree with you. That's the picture we're seeing as well. So you're happy with our on-field decision?
On-field decision, try.
Thank you. Okay. Try stance. It's backwards. Firstly, the player was onside. Backwards. It's not clearly forward, and then picked up by 15. Try scores. Try stance.
So the try is awarded. Marius Jonker was competing with Sweet Caroline there for a moment,
and losing badly.
AJ Jacobs was battling to hear the instructions being issued, but Clayton Blommetjies has his second try. The Stormers have their fourth and a bonus point.
Yeah, look at this for a horrible bounce. Jacob Davids must have thought, oh, I'm never going to score. And then Blommetjies spills in from miles out and steals the try from underneath him. This is a horrendous ball. It's brilliantly read, actually, by Moni Lebok again, deciding to kick for the corner, knowing his wing had plenty of time and space. Davids just couldn't get there, but not another shark in sight, really, as Blommetjies came charging in.
And Lebok nails it from close to the right-hand touchline. 20 points the lead now, with 25 to play.
Well, there was some real good play in the build-up as well. Herschel Yankees came awfully close to scoring. Stormers recycled the ball well. Little ball out the back there with all the defenders sucked in, and finally Blommetjies with his second.
More brilliant work at the restart from Yao Penkley.
Me neither.
Kerwin Bosch caught. Angelo Davids has stayed down and needs some attention. There's a member of the medical staff on the field trying to attend to him, but now he's back to his feet but limping slightly. Butter Chamberlain making the hoist. Blommetjies waits. Lost it forward. Arnes Potgieter in there to secure for the Sharks. Then Wernerkok. Just a scrum advantage. Van Vuren. Bosch. Big ball over the top, and Rowan Janssen van Rensburg wasn't expecting it, lost it forward, and they'll come back.
Yes.
No advantage from the knock by Clayton Blommetjies.
Well, he wasn't expecting it, but every back should be expecting it. Have your hands up. Just an attempt to just tap it on from Chamberlain. Sort of sums up the Sharks' afternoon, that little passage of play. Showed a little bit of promise, found some space out wide. The pass was in between two players, neither of them could take it.
Mentioned this last week, Joel, but as we head towards the playoffs of Vodacom URC, the Sharks in 7th coming into this round. They've also got to keep an eye on the Welsh sides, because one of the Welsh Shield has to get a position in the top 8. So even if they don't finish in the top 8, so it may be that the Sharks would have to finish above 8th in order to claim a playoff spot. So
at worst 7th. And you did right. And one or two of those Welsh sides have reached a bit of form. Scarlets losing narrowly to a Munster side that have picked up nicely. There's definitely a little resurgence from a couple of the Welsh sides. No easy games, and the Sharks are going to go on the road a little bit, which will be tough.
Little offload from Bosch for Janssen van Rensburg. 3 players to bring him down. A little chip over the top. It's on now for the Sharks. Beautiful offload from Chamberlain, and Pinkley is into the corner. And Dion Fourie and Wernerkok in an almighty scuffle.
Don't join.
It might take the TMO to intervene here. And we hope that it does not detract from a brilliant
Marius,
try
can you, check that
from Yao
Penkley. I'm going to
Penkley.
have a word with the captains. Get away. Okay. Marius, time off. I want to check what happened. What initiated that, please?
All right.
Well, that's a great try, isn't it? The kick is a good one. The little offload to Penkley is superb.
No punches thrown.
And then Fourie comes in.
So
He thinks the ball is maybe dislodged.
After tries to score, then grabs 6 blue,
Yeah.
and then everybody joins in. So if you are looking for an initiator, it would probably be 14 black.
Yeah.
But you decide how you want to go with this.
Definitely, yeah. So, Marius, so we're happy that it started after the try and 14 initiated it. So I'm happy that the 5 points starts, but it's going to be a penalty against the Sharks. Sharks 14 for initiating that after the try is scored. So it's going to be a penalty against the Sharks.
I reckon they have to check the grounding as well.
Are you comfortable with that? Yes.
It's just a really bad look for the
Yeah,
game.
happy. Maurice, are you happy with that?
I agree with your facts.
Okay.
Yeah, we can go with it.
Okay, I'm first going to have a word with the captains. Okay, Dion. So let's first deal with, it's actually been a good game.
Yeah.
That's not good for the game. Okay, no, just give me a moment. That's not good for the game. So get the message over. The first guy that starts it, we're going to deal with it like we're going to do now. So try was scored, nothing malicious, but 14 then runs in and starts the whole thing. So the try is going to stand, but I'm going to start with a penalty against you for 14 initiated that. Get the message over. That's how we're going to deal with the next 22 minutes. Okay, get the message over.
Got to say the officials have handled this game unbelievably today, and between AJ Jacobs and Maurice van der Vestes and CJ Jadisweni and the TMO Maurice Jonker, they've been just outstanding. And again, another example of how to handle it. Just, I think Dion Fourie thinks he dislodged the ball in the tackle there before Penke scored, and then went to play the ball, and that's. I know he has grounded that.
And that's when Werner Kok came flying in and wrestled Dion Fourie away from the try scorer, Yao Penkle. And there will be a penalty to the Stormers on the centre spot after this conversion, but sensible, as you said, that it shouldn't stand in the way of a perfectly good try.
And to your point, it was such a great try, such a well-worked try, such a clever try. We're going to remember the fight and the argy-bargy as opposed to the good scoring as the kick just drifts to the right. So look at this, it's a great build-up, and then comes the little kick pass from Kerwin Bosch. The offload from Boeta Chamberlain is just sublime here. Penke goes over, and then it all kicks off.
It's a penalty. Yeah. It's a penalty.
So penalty on the centre spot, more changes. Neertling Fouchier off at tight head, making way for Sazi Sandi. Willie Engelbrecht is on, replacing Ben Jason Dixon, and Angelo Davids replaced by Suleiman Hartzenberg. The final quarter upon us, as the wave makes its way around the DHL stadium.
7, 6.
Just a little moment there where Dion Fourie called everyone in and said, maybe sorry, but let's get back to focus. Let's get our decorum back. Let's stay focused, do the job on hand.
JJ Kotze finds Ruben van Heerden. Maul inside the 5 metre. Yankees. Weinberg Ngomezulu.
No! Ball is available. You are keeping him there.
Ernst van Rijn wants a carry. Away by Yankees. First carry for Willie Engelbrecht. And Yankees again. Lebok. Oh, look to stab it through with the boot. And Labuskaghni left it behind.
You need to be on your feet to play the ball.
And then the Sharks penalised for playing the
You
ball
need to be on your feet to play the ball.
before getting back to their feet.
I think Eo Penque did really well, let him stay onside and then dive to get it and ankle tap the man who was going to hack it through. So look at this. Here comes the little attempted kick. Penque is offside now, stays out the way and then dives. And I think he gives a little bump on the leg which stops the ball being hacked through, and then he plays it on the ground.
6.
Another good attacking position for the Stormers, though. Their last maul was a real good one.
Carlu Sadi working hard, but now called out of it by referee Jacobs. Stormers still in control. Vincent Chituka trying to get hands on the ball carrier. And eventually, well done by the Sharks. It was tracking towards their try line. Managed to take it tight to the touchline.
You've got an option for a line out or
and there's an option for a line out or a scrum here.
Scrum? Okay.
It's a maul that's going forward, but it just never looks like it's going to get there, does it? It splinters a little. There's good defense from the Sharks. It's disrupted, it breaks away, and then the ball's lost forward.
Thank you.
He's had another big afternoon, Dion Fourie. Influential as a leader, influential as a player.
Just get the message over, don't play the guys.
Real handful at the breakdown. Tidied up nicely once or twice as well when there's been a bit of messy ball being flipped about.
Now it's worth recording the influence of Dion Fourie and Brock Harris since their return to this franchise in their past their mid-30s, just bringing so much experience, so much calm, but also real quality to the effort.
Yeah, it is. It's one thing bringing experience, but it's another being an old guy and still bringing unbelievable game time when you're on the field, and both of them have done exactly that.
No, stay left.
Going to be a Shark scrum here, but that Stormer scrum will want to put them under enormous pressure. Tutuku Mchunu is on the far side now as well for the Sharks.
Bind! Sit! Get out!
Pick up at the back is from Pepsi Buthelezi.
Ball was always out.
And Herschel Yankees
7 stop.
flying out to apply the pressure. That's lost forward by Suleiman Hartzenberg.
Ball was out.
Herschel Yankees racing through to put pressure on the kicker. Everyone except him thinking he was offside, but the referee saying the ball was out, he was entitled.
Let's go, here we go.
And again, it was a decent clearance from Kerwin Bosch. Couldn't angle it towards the touchline because of Yankees and stuck it down the midfield, and it just spiraled awkwardly for Hartzenberg, not able to gather. Spent a lot of time watching scrums this afternoon, it feels like.
Coach! Bind! Sit!
This time it's the Sharks that get the reward from the referee as the scrum collapses. Knee on the ground was the indication from referee Jacobs. Just getting word that just over 30,000 people have come in on a beautiful March afternoon in Cape Town to watch the DHL Stormers. Nice early kickoff.
15 minutes left, 15 the difference between these two sides at the moment.
Emil van Heerden with the line-out take, and immediate progress for the Sharks maul. Williams has it. Janse van Rensburg barreling over. Brilliant score. They are not done yet. The Cell C Sharks, a conversion here will bring them back within 8. And just on 14 minutes to play, he's been looking for this kind of opportunity to run onto the ball, and he's made it count.
Well, we said he's big and strong and powerful. This time there's no stopping him. We've seen a couple of times Stormers attackers attacking Kerwin Bosch. This time Janse van Rensburg just attacks that inside channel. Big, strong and powerful. Got some good help from Panke, and there's no stopping him. He is power, he is brute strength.
Trailed by 19 points to 6 at half-time.
What I can do is I can cancel the try if you go back for the penalty. That's
And then the Stormers getting a bonus point try. The Sharks hitting back with tries from Jaap Penkle and now from Rowan Janse van Rensburg. Conversion added by Bosch.
It was a good maul, wasn't it? All 16 forwards in one place there. It just means there's got to be space out wider in the midfield. And he takes advantage, does Rowan Janse van Rensburg. Ball came out the maul really quickly. I'm not sure it was intentional for it to come out that quickly, but it worked for the Sharks and it gave the big man a bit of space.
Blommetjies with the restart. Vincent Chituka waits. Siobelo Sanatlo with the kick chase and the tackle. Down the middle goes Kerwin Bosch. Marnie Libbok back on halfway. Quickly into gear. Finds Feinberg and Gomazulu. Inside ball is for Yankees. Oh! And he just was unable to get his offload away. Some sparkling counter-attack.
It's another aimless kick down the middle from Bosch. No distance on it this time. It freed this man up to counter-attack. Drew in the defenders. What a dummy that is from Ngomazulu. The inside ball good. Yankees looks to give the same ball and just can't control it. Stormers have been almost over the line twice now and should have scored. They've left the door open for the Sharks. 8 points in at 2 scores. Plenty of time left. They're going to have to go 100 metres though if they're going to score from this play.
Coach! Fine! Six!
Williams and Bosch not looking for touch. Blommetjies. Yankees and Libbok. Feinberg and Gomazulu. Hotzenberg was looking for Ruan Nel and it was way out in front.
It's been a few minutes of lost opportunity here for the Stormers as the Sharks go quickly. They're not going to be allowed to. Creating opportunities are the men in blue, not able to capitalize though. And there's another one that's gone a begging. The pass not accurate enough, not straight enough. It had gone to hand. Could well have been some space to run into on the outside. Isolating Butcher Chamberlain, the pass comes out, it's forward and it's nowhere. Oh, loads of space there. Vernocock was covering, but Ruan Nel would have liked a bit of a gap to run into against his old sevens mate.
Is it the lock?
Adam Van Eden who's getting a bit of attention.
Chandre Labaskachny.
Chandre, yeah.
Took a nasty blow to the sternum by the looks of things.
The line is going to be yours. The line is yours.
Just wondering if they were offered the option of a scrum there. That pass definitely went forward into touch from Suleiman Hartzenberg. Coming up next in the Vodacom URC, it's to Pretoria we go for the Vodacom Bulls against the Emirates Lions. Certainly not done in Cape Town just yet. Marginally more than 10 minutes to play. The Sharks score next. We're on for a thriller. Van Vieren. Emil van Heerden has been a regular source of line-out possession for the Sharks this afternoon. That maul taken towards touch and just rescued in time for Grant Williams. Janse van Rensburg.
Use 9.
Again, requiring the attention of multiple defenders. Bosch with a sweet strike downfield. Blommetjies and Sanatla herring after this one. Excellent from Butter Chamberlain. Bosch. But the Stormers not rolling out. Grant Williams, quick tap and go and slipping away from some tackles.
This could be a yellow card as well. That's cynical. It is.
Wow. So Sazi Sunday is shown a yellow. With 9 minutes to play, he will take no further part in the game. Cynical infringement from the replacement tight head. And this will give the Cell C Sharks a real lift.
Spoke in the first half about momentum. Again, it's a penalty against the Stormers. A second tap and go from Grant Williams, and look at this, just speeding things up. And then comes the unnecessary tackle. Siabala Sanatla could have run with him and then made the tackle, but Sunday is going to probably miss the rest of this game. And the Sharks, the door just a little further open than it was a second ago.
Van Vieren can't quite find Chituka, and Williams carving his way through. Grant Williams will go over. Brilliant! Well, we said if they score next, we're in for a thriller. We are in for a thriller. Grant Williams, brilliant piece of opportunism. 7th try of the campaign. 3 behind with a kick to come. Amazing comeback.
And what a step. What a step, look at this. Sees the space, accelerates in, and whoops, here I am, there I've gone. Beats Siabala Sanatla, hands down. Away he goes. Brilliant score. And we're going to have maybe another yellow card here for a trip. Yep, he's going to the pocket.
It's a clear trip.
Drama here for the home side. That is brilliant. Just no defense in front, and look at this for a step. Whoopsie. We've said all along he's a great running scrum off. He's shown himself. Couple of tap and goes, and now this little try. Just brilliant from Grant Williams. The attempted trip from Siabala Sanatla. Punished, yellow card. The Stormers will finish with 13 men today. Going to be hard to hang on now.
So, this kick from Kerwin Bosch to reduce the deficit to 1. We saw earlier the graphic. The DHL Stormers undefeated at this stadium, 17 consecutive games. And Kerwin Bosch, it's not quite coming back enough, but a 3-point ball game. Grant Williams makes his way off after scoring this try.
Oh, it's just a great step. But most importantly, pace to follow. Once he got away from Sanatla, still had a lot of work to do. Accelerated away. And boy, what does it mean for this Sharks team and their hopes of a decent playoff. He's had a good game. 1 or 2 kicks, maybe not 100% pinpoint accuracy. Other than that, he's been a handful around the fringes. Everything we expected.
Cameron Wright is the man replacing Grant Williams. And Wright going to the boot. The Stormers minus a tight head prop and minus a winger. How did they manage their defensive setup for the next 6 minutes? They looked as though they were coasting to yet another win at home. It is certainly not the case now.
And in fact, if the odds came up now about who will win this game, it wouldn't be the Stormers who are the favourites right now. 15 against 13, massive man advantage.
JJ Kotze. First part of the job done, finding Ruben van Heerden. Want to keep this in tight and rolling forward for as long as they can, eating into the clock. They actually used a lot of time in setting that line out, and AJ Jacobs is going to have to watch that as well as the time ticks away.
Sorry, use it or lose it.
Scrum to the Sharks. They managed to wrap that ball up in the maul.
Sorry, yeah. No,
Delight for Emil van Heerden, who was in the centre of it all.
Maybe that one man short in the maul just not helping the Stormers. They would have had an extra player possibly in front of the ball or controlling the ball at the back, and it just meant the ball was that much closer to the Sharks, which allowed van Heerden and co to get hands in there, slow the maul down, stop it, and eventually for it to go to ground.
So Netland for sure has had to come back on, Joel, with Sazi Sandi in the bin. And the man who comes off is Dion Fourie, the captain.
I will move out of the way once I'm happy, okay?
You can only think they've taken the tired legs off. Fourie is not a man who's you would normally associate with being subbed at any point. Plays the full 80, plays it with heart and soul and vigor and loads of effect right to the end.
Fine.
Right, and Bosch looks for territory, but that's taken back. That's an unforced error from the Sharks captain. That scrum took place outside the 22. So another opportunity to set a maul here.
Well, we've seen one or two mistakes in this game that probably at this level you wouldn't expect, and that is one of them.
The referee needs to call them in here, Joel. He is now
and stop the clock. He needs to stop
taking plenty of time with that little conference. There'll be another one between Herschel Jantjies and JJ Kotze.
Game management. 3 minutes. If the Stormers can win their line out here and just rumble it up a little and go through a few phases, that clock will wind down quite quickly.
Again, it's Ruben van Heerden, the target. A massive crowd getting in behind their team. And just trying to take them all away from the touchline. Then Kotze breaking away. Van Ryn. Series of pick and drives here, surely. There is one from van Heerden. Jantjies, Lebok and Blommetjies puts the little kick through. It's been lost forward by Suleiman Hartzenberg.
Before the line now.
Oh, it was another golden opportunity, that man there, since he's come on. Unfortunately, he's not had an afternoon he'll want to look back on. Here's another opportunity, the little kick over the top. Got to be gathering those. Sharks, is that the little let-off that they need to go forth and win this game? Space out wide, eyes on the ball, not gathered.
Let's go, come. Let's go, boys.
So 90 seconds, 80 seconds to go. It's last chance here for the Sharks. They're going to have to go the distance.
Still time ticking away as well. It's in just the setting of this scrum. Into the final minute we go. Norman Laker, the defence coach, barking some orders here at Clayton Blommetjies as to how they run this defensive system, because they are a left wing short. The Sharks really have no choice here but to run, possibly put a kick just over the top of the Stormers' defensive line. Could, of course, get a scrum penalty from which they can clear. It's a poor pass. And wrapped up in goal is Manus Potgieter. It'll be a 5-metre scrum to the Stormers in the shadow of the Sharks' posts.
Taken back.
Well, the hooter is sounded, but still there is a scrum that needs to be taken. Huge pressure on Potgieter, swarmed by Sasha Feinberg, Mngomezulu and Ruanel. The dominance of their fellow South African franchises continues here for the DHL Stormers.
Left, there's my line, left.
Ruanel has been called in to pack down on the side of this scrum, just to give it that extra bit of stability. They need Marcel Tennyson at the base to control.
Coach! Fine! Set!
One stable scrum required by the DHL Stormers to secure their win, and they're going to do that. There's a penalty for offside.
No. Let's go back. Let's go back. Okay, let's go back, Chris. Thank you.
Well, Neil Powell will celebrate the fact that his Cell C Sharks team really hung in here. They've staged a heroic comeback in this contest. They looked dead and buried. Trailed by 13 points at half-time. They conceded the first points in the second half, but they came marching back into the contest with tries from Yao Penkle, Rowan Janse van Rensburg, and then from Grant Williams. And then Cameron Wright adjudged offside, and Marnie Libbok from in front secures the win for the DHL Stormers.